Hey guys, Foxdrop here with another game commentary. This game commentary is a replay. It seems like haven't done one of these in forever because, to be honest, ever since Season 5 came out, the replay systems have been absolutely atrocious. They've been dying left, right and centre, and it's been really hard to get one of these out. But we're getting one out right now, which is awesome, and we're doing a Jarvan commentary. Now, I haven't done Jarvan at all in Season 5, which really is my bad, because Jarvan is one of, if not the best jungler around right now, and has been for a while as well. Jarvan is very versatile as a champion, which means he can fit multiple roles. He's great in the early game, he's great in the mid game, and he's pretty good late game. He transitions well into the later stages of the game just because he's so good at early game ganking, and then very good at team fighting and initiating as well. Well, that brings me on to my next point, the fact that he's a very good initiator, which is always good in solo queue because it means you can kind of decide when your team goes in and you can pick the fights. He's pretty fun to play as well, at least in my opinion, and well, why wouldn't it be fun to play someone so manly as Jarvan running around dunking people? But also, probably the most important thing for you guys watching, Jarvan is very easy to play as well. So if you haven't played Jarvan before, you don't play Jarvan, you don't know how to play Jarvan, don't worry, because he's easy to learn, and I would recommend that you learn him. And hopefully with this video, you will learn him. You'll learn how to play him, you'll see his strengths and weaknesses, and I'll show you all about man mode Jarvan. So for my runes and masteries this game, I am 2190 masteries. My runes, I'm 80 reds, armor yellows, magic resist blues, and attack speed Quints. You can go AD Quints, but I prefer to go attack speed because it just helps me clear a bit faster. Now, one thing I want to say as well before we get into this is this was recorded from patch 5.1. There has been a somewhat significant change from patch 5.1 to patch 5.2, and that is the cost of the jungle item, like the Ranger's Trailblazer, Stalker's Blade, those items. So you kind of have to change it up a little bit for patch 5.2, but I will show you in this video how you don't actually have to do that. How this jungle route, which I'm doing now, is still relevant and viable in patch 5.2. So what you saw me do on the Gromp there is you want to smite it immediately, just so you instantly get that smite jungle buff, and also put your smite on cooldown immediately as well, so you can have it up for your third camp. You want to go over to the blue buff here, and you want to position yourself, as you can see I'm doing here, so that all of my abilities hit all of the minions, so that I'm clearing as efficiently as possible and not, you know, wasting any of my abilities on like just one target when I could be hitting all of them. I'm moving over to the wolves now after killing Gromp and blue. You'll see I'm kind of waiting around a little bit here because I do not want to use my extra potion, and which means I want to wait for my smite to come up a bit quicker. Maybe I should have waited a bit longer as well here actually, but you'll see it doesn't matter too much. Again, positioning myself so that all of my basic attacks are hitting all of the minions. And here we kill this wolf with one hit left to spare, which is not so bad. It's not as close as it looks because one hit is quite a lot really in jungle terms. And I'm going back now with almost 450 gold. 450 gold is the price it costs for you to buy the jungle item upgrade in patch 5.2. So right here, even if I was in, this is 5.1, but even if I were in 5.2, I would still have enough gold to buy my tier 2 jungle item, my Ranger's Trailblazer, which is essentially exactly the same as what I'm doing here, except I would not have the extra gold to buy potions. But if you only use one potion in your first clear there, then it doesn't matter that you can't buy any other potions because you don't need them. I mean, you've got your Ranger's Trailblazer and you've got one potion in your inventory, so that's all good. Even if you don't buy an extra potion, then just having the Ranger's Trailblazer without potions is fine, because that gives you lots of regen when you smite. And especially if you do what I'm doing here, which is you go to your red buff next, then smiting the red buff gives you a full heal anyway. You can see I'm on full health here, and I haven't used a single potion. I just want to finish off talking about, before I talk about this gank here, I want to finish talking about 5.2 stuff. If you do not have any potions in your inventory after you've come out of base, like say for example in your first clear you've had to use 2 potions, and you've use 2 potions, you go back, you've got 450 gold. In my opinion, always buy a Ranger's Trailblazer because you're going to need that sustain because you don't have the potions. Good thing as well, which happened in like 2 patches ago, is you can switch out your jungle item, your Ranger's Trailblazer, for a Stalker's Blade, no problem, before you enchant it. So just don't hang on to your Ranger. If you really don't want your Ranger's Trailblazer, you can sell it on your second back or something like that, or just trade it up for free. So don't worry about it too much. But for this the second clear here after you've recalled, you 100% want Ranger's Trailblazer if you don't have any potions. Now I'm going to talk about this gank here. Essentially, I like to do this. The timing of this gank is quite precise for me. I like to do this a lot because it's a very obscure timing for a gank. Normally, when people expect a level 3 gank, they expect it around the 3-minute mark because that's when you hit level 3. But right here, what I've done, as you saw, I cleared my bot side jungle, I recalled, went to red buff. I'm still only level 3, but now I'm looking for a gank because at 4 minutes, people don't expect you to be ganking at this time. I'm looking around the map to see what are good places for me to gank as well. And I'm going to pause and just explain why I've gone mid. Syndra here, really overextended, fairly overextended. Orianna is not that good to gank for, especially before level 6, like nothing special. But Syndra is very easy to gank because she has no escapes. All she can do is push you away or stun you. So as long as you can avoid that, then even if you don't avoid that, sometimes she's still a bit of a sitting duck because Jarvan is such a good early game ganker. Makes this Syndra pretty easy pickings for me. So I'm going to get EQ in. I'm not in range to do the damage to her, but I don't need to do the damage. I just need to gap close. And even though we don't blow a summoner here, we put this Syndra on like 25% health or so. And considering she was pushing Orianna into the tower, that's going to help Orianna out. It's going to put that Syndra under pressure. She's going to miss some CS. So even though we don't actually blow anything, still a successful gank. Still really good for us to do that. I've also smited this chicken camp here because now I'm going to get level 4, and also the smite on the chicken camp. Not only does it mean that I get this smite bonus, but it also means that I get the chicken smite buff, which is, in my opinion, the strongest buff in the game. Now I'm looking to do a gank on this Malphite top lane. We saw, I'm going to rewind just to show you what I'm looking at here because I was looking at myself. We see this Malphite is pretty low and he's pushing up because he's desperately trying to push the minions out. And yeah, so he's on low health. We come in here expecting to see him somewhere. I actually put my flag down here, and this is something which I like, this flag positioning. Take note of this because I actually wait until Malphite walks in between my flag and my character, and then I queue to the flag. So I don't even, like, I don't get a traditional flag and drag down, but I still get the knock-up because I don't immediately EQ into the bush. I just use my flag by itself. And right here as well is something which is quite a something you should be doing as a jungler. I'm keeping my eyes on the mini-map, and as soon as I see that Vi is showing mid, I just run down mid as well, because I'm like, well, maybe if these guys fight for a long time, or if they fight and get low on health, I can go and I can help. I just want to be in position to assist Orianna if she needed my help. She doesn't, so I go back to my original pathing, which was to the golems. I kill these golems, and then we'll see what I do, whether I stay or what I'm going to do. I haven't actually used any potions yet because that's just how good Ranger's Trailblazer is. And Jarvan is not amazing. He doesn't really have any sustain, but you don't really need it when you have Ranger's Trailblazer, so that's all good. I'm still keeping my eyes on the mid lane here because I want to see whether or not Syndra's like lurking about, or whether she's, if she's a viable gank target or not. But because we just saw the Syndra backing, this is a great time for us to push this wave down, because this will mean that all of these minions will go under the tower and Syndra will miss them. And that's what we want to do. We don't want to give Syndra any free minions. So she's going to miss out on this wave, which is a cannon wave as well, which is quite important. She misses out on the cannon experience and gold. And I also chuck a ward down here just to give us a bit of vision here. And also, if Vi pops the chicken camp here and gets the like ward destruction, she's going to kill this ward instead of like a ward in a more strategically important place, or say like a 3-minute ward as opposed to my shitty 60-second trinket ward. We want her to kill these trinket wards like with the chicken buff, because that's honestly the worst ward you can kill. So I just finished off my Grump camp, and just for a bit of the extra gold, and now I'm going to recall. As we can see here, I have 1,000 gold, so I'm going to buy. Sorry, I shouldn't have sat in that screen for so long, my bad. But I'm going to buy the components to my warrior enchantment, but I'm not going to upgrade straight away my warrior enchantment from the Ranger's Trailblazer, because I want to swap out my Rangers to a Stalkers when it gets to that point. I've also bought boots here as well, and I don't know why okay, I was waiting for a ward. I stood in spawn for a bit too long there, but yeah, I bought some boots as well just to help me run around the map and make some plays. And right now as well, I could be farming my wolves, but instead I'm going to try and make an aggressive play. I saw that Vi is top lane here, and whenever someone shows on a lane around the times your buffs spawn, which is about the 7-minute mark, you should try to invade. You should try and get a buff still. And normally people start at the bot side jungle, so I was basing my decision on that assumption that Vi started at red, so therefore her red would respawn at 7 minutes. Sadly, that wasn't the case, but at least I scout that out, I suppose, so we know that the blue buff is what Vi started on. And what I'm doing here, taking this Scuttle Crab, This is quite important. Honestly, I probably should have done this 1 or maybe even 2 more times before this point in this game. Killing the scuttle crab. As you can see, the amount of gold I just got from that was 82 gold or something, and that gold cost increases. The gold income increases as much as the game goes on. So killing the scuttle crab is actually really important for decent gold income on junglers, and especially junglers get 30 extra gold for killing a neutral monster once they've upgraded their Ranger's Trailblazer or whatever. Once they've got that item, Stalker's Blade, whatever it may be, that item gives you 30 extra gold. So it actually gives you a huge amount of gold, and 80 gold for just killing the crab. You know, you kill that a few times, it really starts to add up. That's just a ward for free, essentially. So I'm looking to go get a gank off on the bot lane here. This is a fairly decent position for me to go gank. I know that I'm not going to get counter gank because Vio's just ganking top lane. So really good engage by Morgana here. We get a TP by Gnar as well. I leave this Graves on 1 hit because I know Ezreal's going to be able to finish him off. And then I can save my combo for killing Janna as well. Really nice TP by Gnar just to make that like a easy double kill. Without Gnar, that may have only been 1 kill. Still would have been a successful gank, but you can see I didn't even use my ulti. I don't think I was level 6 to be honest, but I didn't even use my ult. Just if people are overextended, Jarvan has a lot of potential to make good plays, and Morgana did a really good engage there as well by flash ulting 2 targets. Now, because Gnar is still down here, and because bot lane has just died as well, what a perfect opportunity to take away the drag. There's going to be absolutely no contest, because no one's alive bot lane to contest, and there's no one, you know, we have the extra man because we've got Gnar as well. So get the free dragon, that's really nice. I'm going to keep farming here because I'm pretty sure I don't quite have enough gold. Yeah, I've got 740, and I'm pretty sure it costs 780 gold from 2 longswords and your 2nd tier jungle item in order to afford your upgrade. Although in patch 5.2, sorry, that cost goes down 100 because you pay 100 extra for actually upgrading your smite, or your machete, I should say. So yeah, I swap out my rangers for my stalkers here, and I go into the warrior enchantment. Warrior enchantment is essentially like the Spirit of the Old Lizard right from season 4, season 3, and a very nice overall item on Jarvan. And the reason why I swapped out my rangers for my stalkers is because I don't really need to be farming the jungle anymore, which is what rangers is good for, helping you efficiently clear the jungle, especially those champions who like sustain. I don't need to be doing that, and Stalker's Blade is just going to give me more like combat pressure because it gives me that chilling smite effect, which is really strong. So swap out for my Stalker's Blade. Just going to do my topside jungle here. This red buff's been up for a little while, so I want to make sure to kill that. Keep my eye on the minimap as well. And I noticed that this Gnar gets himself in a little bit of trouble. This may have been a bit of a mistake by me to finish doing this red buff instead of trying to counter gank that maybe, but at the same time we didn't have great vision for that, so didn't really mean too much. And at least what I'm going to do right here though is, you know, I'm just going to do what I can, and I'm just going to soak up this top lane. I'm pretty sure Gnar's TP is down because he just used it bot lane, so all these minions would be dying to the tower for free if I weren't here. So I'm just going to be here, and I'm going to soak up the minions. I'm going to try and last hit these to the best of my ability, and thanks to my passive, should be really easy to mop these up. But I'm not going to push this extra wave out here because it's pretty even. Like, there's no need for me to push this out. I may as well just let the wave freeze itself. I could be greedy and push this out myself. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I could do that if I wanted to, but I've decided not to. Going to go to the chickens here instead, and probably I don't even have my smite up, so sadly I'm not going to be able to smite these, but ideally you want to smite the chickens where you can, just because the smite bonus is really strong. And again, I see this good old crab in the jungle, and like I said earlier, that's another 80 gold, so perfect, easy gold for me. I've made over 160 gold just from those crabs this game. It really makes a big difference if you want to do that. We get a nice dive off onto Syndra as well, and I want to explain why diving is so good on Jarvan, so I'm just going to rewind this and go over it a little bit. I see this position here, Syndra is pretty vulnerable, and the reason why I go for this dive, and the reason why I'm so ballsy here, is because Syndra has no mana, which means that she can't do any damage back to me, so I can tank up this tower hit, these tower hits, sorry, and know that she's not going to be able to turn around and do a huge chunk of damage to me as well, so that, you know, it's just going to be the tower hurting me. So I go in for the dive here. I sadly miss my combo, and she stuns me, but still, it doesn't matter. I smite her, ult her, punch her in the face, flash out my ulti, even though maybe I didn't need to flash, whatever, it doesn't matter too much. But still, a really simple dive there. And you can see my health, I'm not too healthy, especially with these items. I would never really recommend diving without some tank items, unless you're going to instantly blow the person up, I suppose. But still, diving on this low health is pretty risky. And the only reason I got away with it there was because I knew she has no mana. Without mana, she's not going to be able to turn anything around onto me and make me pay. So, got away with that. Just going back into base now, I'm not buying 2 longswords because I'm fairly ahead this game. My team has 4 kills and I've been a part of all of them. I've got a bit of extra gold from the crabs as well in the rivers, so I'm doing okay for myself as far as gold goes, which means I can afford to go this double longsword build, which is really strong. Although we'll see later on into the game, this may not be the perfect build for me to go. And again, I just, instead of going to my actual camps here, I'm just seeing whether I can get a gank onto these guys bot lane, because they're a bit overextended. Sadly, that doesn't happen, but just because I can't get a gank doesn't mean that I can't do something fruitful with my time here. And I'm killing the crab again. This is the 3rd crab I'm going to kill, and an extra 80 gold. It'll probably be even more now because this is like, what, the 3rd time this thing's died? Yeah, so 53 gold, an extra 80 gold, perfect. Lovely jubbly. And I'm going to do a little bit of excavating in their jungle as well. If you can steal this chicken camp, it's actually a pretty big deal, because you can deny it from the enemy. And like I say, I think this is the best jungle camp in the game for its smite buff. So this is quite a sneaky tactic here as well. And I'm going to rewind and just show you why we decided to go for this play here. We catch Syndra out of position and we just managed to kill her really easily. So the reason why we do this play is because we see here, by Orianna moving into our jungle, we know that Syndra knows we're in here. So if this Syndra comes anywhere near to us, I can just combo her and we can kill her for free. So it's just, it's a minor play, but it gets us a free kill, which obviously free kills are great. And just by knowing that they know what we're doing, so knowledge of their knowledge almost, you can use their knowledge against them essentially, and you can make plays based around that. So we get a nice easy kill into Syndra there, which is great. I was actually planning to maybe catch Vi here as well, because Syndra had just received the blue buff, which means that Vi was around, was probably coming down here, or potentially could be coming down there. So maybe it didn't matter who we caught, but we caught someone. That's all that matters. I was going to go for another gank bot lane, but sadly they backed off, and Vi was actually coming down the river as well, so I need to be a little bit careful. Didn't want to get sandwiched, that would be bad. I see Vi here as well. I can see these fist, the E animations in the Fog of War, which means that Vi is fighting this red buff. Sadly, I kind of muck up my combo there, which sucks, but still we managed to chunk her down to half health and just go away. Nothing special happened there. If we got there a bit earlier, we may have been able to steal the red buff, but we got there a bit too late. But no big deal, it's okay. And I'm just going to go hold this mid lane here as well, because Orianna isn't quite close enough. I mean, she's almost close enough, but not quite. So I'm just going to hold this, soak up the experience, get a tiny bit of gold, not really anything significant, but a tiny bit. You can see by my body position here, I actually kind of wanted to go to kill these chickens, but then I wanted to go hold top lane. But then Nah decided to go TP top, so instead I'm going to just kill the chickens again instead. I use my smite on these as well, because again, chicken buff, very strong. The ability to stomp wards is really powerful, and it's not only stomping wards that the chicken buff does, but it also gives you this notifier of the fact that it notifies you of when you are spotted, means that the whole time when it's not notifying you that you're spotted, you know for sure you're not spotted, which is really important and really valuable information, which can mean that you can run around the map, make plays, and know that the enemy doesn't see you, because the chicken buff hasn't told you that you've been seen. And if you do get seen, then you can stomp a ward, so that's great as well. Now I'm recalling here, and I'm going to buy some more items. The times in which I'm recalling is normally just when I feel like I have enough gold to do something. But you can see here, this is why buying the 2 longswords was a bit of a mistake. I'm actually opting to go for a Hex Drinker here. The reason why I'm going for Hex Drinker, and I'm going to buy Moby Boots too, it seems, and some potions. Why I'm taking so long in this? And I swap out my sweeper too. Okay, so a pretty solid buy here, but I shouldn't be taking so long to buy my items. But yeah, the reason why I've gone Hex Drinker instead of Brutalizer is because Brutalizer is a very damage orientated item, but Hex Drinker is kind of hybrid, but also damage as well. And because I wanted the Hex Drinker against Malphite and Syndra, specifically Syndra because she has so much bloody burst. Seriously, Syndra is so annoying for junglers to play versus because she just insta gives you. I wanted the Hex Drinker, that's why I got that, but I also wanted the damage, so you know, a bit of a compromise. Now I'm pausing here because there's a bit of a team fight going on. And our team hasn't come out on top so far. They've got 5 people alive, and we have 2 people dead. And then Morgana's just about to bite the dust as well. So it's really only me and Ezreal. But if we take a look at who like their health, then we know that there's still play to be made here. So I get exhausted, but still manage to pick up the kill on Janna. However, it does cost me my ultimate. So whether or not that was worth it is debatable. You don't really want to use your ult on support, but still you do what you do to mop up kills. In this situation, we're just mopping up, so we don't really need to be that efficient with our frags, with our abilities. Sorry. So Ezreal is playing with some pretty dangerous enemies, so we want to help him out with this as well. But it's also very important that we have good focus. As soon as this Syndra comes in close, we want to switch focus onto her, because Syndra is the MVP that we want to kill, and Malphite is more tanky and not really someone we need to kill. So as soon as she gets a bit too close, we combo onto her, we manage to kill her. And same deal with Graves too. I instantly smite him as soon as he comes close, and we kill him as well. Now Malphite, we turn back onto Malphite, but now Vi is coming in as well, so we turn our attention back onto her. And now that Malphite's the only person left, we can mop him up too. Ez and I pick up 5 kills between us, and really good mop up, and we also get to take away the dragon here too. So by knowing good focus and not just tunnel visioning, we managed to pick up 5 kills there. Really the importance of focus, I suppose you could say, because even though Malphite was in our face the whole time, we weren't really focusing him for a very long time because he's Malphite. He's not really a high threat player, a high threat champion. So as soon as someone else who was of higher threat came into the picture, we turned our focus onto them, we killed them, and then we just kept rolling that, and we managed to mop up all those kills. And we weren't really, I mean, I've got 10 I've got 10 I don't know how to say this, but 4 kills and 6 assists, basically 10 kill participation, I guess, and out of 11, which is pretty good for a game, 20 minutes in as well. Ezreal got like 3 kills there, so he was only 1-0-1. It's not like we were really fed or anything like that. It was just they were low on health, and we played it smart. So I got another crab there as well. If you saw in the river, the importance of the crab, pretty bloody big. Taken that like 3 or 4 times this game, so it's really starting to add up. It may sound dumb that I'm just mentioning it every single time, but I really want you guys to know just how much it adds up. You get that free 80 gold every single time that you kill the crab, so it is definitely really worth doing. I'm seeing that Vi is going over to the blue buff here, and I want to try and pressure her, because I know that we're stronger right now. We're definitely stronger than this Vi, so we want to put a bit of pressure onto her, but we also need to be careful of where Syndra and where Malphite are, because, well, we can see Malphite, but Syndra is someone we do have to be afraid of. I don't know why I combo like this. Okay, I combo like this because I think I can insta-give her, which I can, with my smite, which does a little bit extra damage. But sadly, I missed my EQ combo there. I don't know what I'm doing here, necessarily. I don't know why I'm running up to Malphite. I shouldn't be doing that. I should just be focusing on the blue and Syndra here. So, our goal right now is to not lose this blue buff to Syndra. Syndra comes in close to try and steal it, but sadly for her that is, she can't get it. And now that I've got my chilling smite and red buff, I can just chase her down and I can kill her. Gonna go switch onto Malphite here as well, and yeah, I don't know, Malphite shouldn't be doing that because he's just a low damage champion. There's no point doing it. And look what we're gonna get here. We're gonna get another crab. I want to rewind this a little bit because there's just a small point I want to make about what I do on Syndra here. I channel all my slows, so I wait for my W slow to run out, then I use my smite, and then I get into red buff range. But right here, the reason I flashed on top of her at this specific time was because I had Orianna's ball on top of me. The reason why I wanted to wait until Orianna had balled me to go in was because I wanted, not only do you get extra armor and MR whenever Orianna's ball is on you, but you also open up her abilities. So it means that she can then do abilities as well. If I'd flashed before, she wouldn't have been able to ball me because I'd been out of range. So it's just a minor point. I don't even think she did anything really. Like, she didn't cast an ability, and she didn't I wasn't low enough on health to really say that the extra armor and magic resist saved me, but it's a point which is still worth mentioning. And yeah, but still we get another crab here, guys. Crab hype, excellent business. More gold, extra gold, and I'm gonna see what I'm gonna move to buying here. So you can see with my item build, I've switched my focus to a tank build, which is what I want to be doing this game. As Jarvan, I feel like you should go Warrior Enchantment if you're ahead, or if you're, more specifically I guess, if you're not behind, then go Hex Drinker or Brutalizer. Hex Drinker if you're against AP, Brutalizer if not. And if you are behind, or, you know, if your team doesn't have any tank or was... well, even if your team doesn't have a tank, you can still go for that double Brutalizer build as long as you're not really far behind, I guess. But yeah, really after that, you just want to go full tank. And especially if your team doesn't have a tank, then you definitely want to go full tank. But this game as well, Gnar is a tank option for our team. But looking at his build, he's not building tanky, which means that I'm gonna have to be the team's tank. Now we have walked over a crab to do this play here, so we need to be careful, make sure it's worth it. We get Janna's ult and her flash for just Ezreal's ult and my EQ combo, so that's fine. I'm gonna sweep this bush here and see that there's actually 2 wards in that bush, which is kind of strange. 60 gold for wards, guys. Even the wards are giving us income here, but again we're switching or swapping is what I'm trying to say, not sweeping and swatching. I don't even bloody know what I'm trying to say here. I can't England, guys. But yeah, switching into the crab here, getting the free gold again. Another crab under our belt. Excellent. Well, if you have crabs under your belt, you should probably go to the doctors, but still, that's beside the point. We kill the crab here, get extra gold, and I want to talk a tiny bit about my tank items, just because Spectre's Cowl, Warden's Mail, I really want to have the Randuins against their team. And also the active is very useful as well on Jarvan, because you can engage and then slow everyone around you. But I also wanted to have the Spectre's Cowl first, because I wanted to again avoid being insta-gibbed by this Syndra. And but yeah, so I went Spectre's Cowl, but didn't finish it into Banshee's Veil, because I also felt that I needed the armor too. So it's kind of like a strange item path, but I have gone Spectre's Cowl into Warden's Mail, into Randuins, into Banshees, rather than straight up Banshees. So, but that's kind of I guess that's more like just a min-maxing thing. It's kind of minor. Now, I'm staying around my team here because I know that they're pretty far pushed out, and if anyone's vulnerable to a play here, it's my team here, my bot lane. I also wait. I don't instantly engage in this fight. I wait a few seconds, because if I engaged immediately, then it would give away this play really obviously, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to give away the play, so I wait a few seconds to see if to get them to dedicate, and then I go in. If I go in early, then they will still have their, you know, gap closers to run away from me. It's easier for them to disengage, as opposed to if I go in late when they've already dedicated. You saw that Graves, for example, E'd right into me, so he didn't have that up to escape. Baiting this Malphite as well to come in and do something a bit too ham. I wait until Gnar's ulti's gone off before I use my combo to go for Malphite. Now Rona's coming in the side here as well, so he's gonna die. Rest in Pepperoni's Malphite. Just 3 frags really, because he got a bit too aggressive again. Again, playing on the enemy team's greed a little bit. Dragon's up as well, but my team doesn't. Well, my team doesn't really need me. I'm kind of low on health. My smite isn't even up, so I don't really think there's any point me being there for the dragon, because I'm not going to be able to help at all, to be honest. My ult's down. I wasn't very healthy, and my smite wasn't up, so I couldn't really do anything to secure it. But Vi's top lane as well, so at least we know that it's kind of, you know, we're not guaranteed to lose it. If there was their smite there and our smite wasn't there, then we would be in a lot of trouble. But yeah, ideally I would be there with my smite, but I wasn't, so that, you know, that kind of sucks. But I finished off my randoms as well, guys, just so you saw which item I bought. I'm going to go in onto Syndra. She's not going to get away from me. No one gets away from the Charmander. It's impossible. And let's see whether or not we can get Janna. She's using her Shurelya's. Can she get away from us? Not with our smite. Come back here, Janna. Yes. 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 Using your flash to kill her support, especially a support that's not worth a lot of gold, it's kind of maybe not something which you want to be doing, because like flash on Jarvan can be really good to get really nice, like really good engages off, and honestly that's true from most engaged champions. If you want to engage on them, or good initiating junglers, or not just junglers, just champions in general, flash is a very, very valuable summoner, very useful tool, because it allows you to engage and to initiate from very far away. So maybe it wasn't worth using my flash, but still. This is another rare moment where I'm not going to use my smite on the chickens. I just want to kill them for the gold. And right here you see, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do... Yep, I'm about to recall, but I decide, nope, I'm not going to recall because I want to kill the crab instead. So I kill the crab before I recall. And am I even going to recall here? Or am I just going to kill some more things or fight or... Yeah. Oh, no, I go for the other crab on the bottom side of the river, and then I recall. I've lost count of how many crabs we killed. That was like the 6th or the 7th one. Bearing in mind they give us almost 100 gold a pop. Easily 500 gold from those crabs. Really, really nice. Just make sure you're doing them when you can. And that's just the gold benefit as well. That's not bearing in mind the vision they give as well. And they give a tiny bit of experience too, but nothing really sensational. So now at this point in time, I'm just going to group up with my team because I don't really need to... Now is a good time to be grouping. We can siege, we can try and apply pressure, we can try and end the game essentially, because the longer this game goes on, with us being ahead and not actually finishing, is the more window of opportunity for us to throw the game. So we want to try and finish, we want to try and end this game while we can, while we're still ahead, while we're still really strong. This is just a really ballsy play, which is pretty aggressive, but again... You want to be aggressive and ballsy to make picks like this on Jarvan, which you can absolutely do against very low mobility carries, which is why Jarvan is a really solid pick versus carries who have low mobility. For example, Syndra is a great example. Jinx is another one as well on Cogmore, because you can catch them like that and then just wreck them. But I want to rewind this. Just I'm sorry to rewind here, but I just want to explain my decisions here about why I'm going bot lane specifically, about how to push effectively. So right now you see here I'm just engaging onto Syndra, pretty much one shot her, she just dies very quickly. Now this pick is very important because it means that they now don't have their mid lane to defend the siege. Mid lanes are usually very good at defending sieges because they have pretty good wave clear, which means they can kill minions as minions are approaching towers. So without Syndra, that means it's very easy for us. Vi's already dead as well. So I know that these three guys are solid on their own. They don't need my help to push this tower down. And I know that Orianna is pushing bot as well. So because we're ahead in this game, because they've got 2 dead, I decide it's worth just for me to go and to spread the enemy team so that they can't defend both places. And I'm pretty certain my team can get the inhib as well, which they end up doing. So because of this play, because I decided to go focus on the bot side of the map, we actually end up getting 2 inhibitors as opposed to 1, which I think was probably the likely outcome should I have decided to stay mid lane. And a huge wombo combo from Orianna as well. And Nah does die, but it was a loyal sacrifice. You will never be forgotten, Nah. And right now, this game, honestly, we're just kind of mopping them up. We're trying to end the game, we're trying to finish killing the Nexus towers, killing the Nexus itself. I finished 10-0-14. Perfect game, no death. Flawless victory. And yeah, that's my Jarvan game, my Jarvan commentary for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this commentary, guys. I hope you found it useful. I hope it showed you how to play a bit of Jarvan. He's a really solid champion, really easy to play as well, so definitely recommend playing him. If you did like it, feel free to give the video a thumbs up. You can subscribe to me for more educational league content. Check out some previous commentaries that I've done on my channel as well if you want to, just by searching my channel for the longer videos. There'll be the commentaries. And yeah, I hope you have a great day, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in my next video.